Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Eddie, back again with another episode of Eddie G's Comic Culture, brought to you by the one and only Black Apparel. Sending a special shout out to those boys up north, thanking them once again for all the lovely contributions that they made to the show. If you ever have the opportunity, make sure you check out their website, www.blackapparelblk.com. They've got some great merchandise for you guys to check out if you ever have the opportunity and curious. Make sure you give them a look see. Also, giving a special shout out to my friends on Instagram, the Strictly Comedy Vault, who's been writing out with the show for the from the very beginning. He's got some good stuff on his page. If you have an Instagram account, make sure you check it out. The man's got awesome content, especially with the Funko Pop figures. And also sending one out to my Blu-ray Dan, who also has a page on Instagram and even more so a YouTube channel. He's got some great content and very excellent and insightful reviews regarding Blu-rays, both old and new. And on this episode today, I wanted to discuss. I wanted to give a brief tribute to one of my favorite games of all time, a fighting game of all time, Street Fighter Two. As you can see here, I have a copy for the Nintendo Switch, the Ultra Street Fighter Two, the Final Challengers Edition, where it actually comes up with some pretty new characters. Two of them, the two new characters, realistically speaking, Evil Ryu and Violent Ken. Uh, they're really no different from. They're not really different, other than the fact that they've been named evil and violent. Honestly speaking, but nevertheless, it's still a badass game. I love this game. I grew up playing it. I remember getting the original copy for my Super Nintendo for the for sixth grade graduation. Um, I played that game religiously, literally with my brother. We played in for hours, and I mean hours on end. We developed our own backstories for these characters, even before that. So it's pretty crazy that this game was actually been re-released, and I can't believe that it's already approaching its 30th anniversary for the franchise as well. So, which is another reason why I wanted to discuss this game. It's I love how they did I love how they did the entire game in HD. They did actually they redid the graphics to a point where it's almost to an animation type deal, and plus it's in with the HD. It looks absolutely amazing. Um, it's definitely a throwback to have in your collection if you have a Nintendo Switch. I love the fact that it's going out. That this game actually presents the presentation of this game is absolutely awesome. Um, I know that as of recent, they did make an announcement last week regarding another re-release of Street Fighter Two, a red cartridge for to also celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise. However, they want to release it and sell it for $100, and then at the same time, the cartridge itself is actually capable of igniting the Super Nintendo Entertainment System on fire, which is ridiculous. I mean, why would they let the fact that they released a product with that sort of with that kind of danger, that catch to it. It was really ridiculous on Capcom's part. I don't understand as to why they even still release. They still released it when they went ahead and released it anyway. Um, I mean, that was clearly a cash grab on their behalf, and you could tell. And once again, it's just one of those ploys where these companies just use whatever to go ahead and try to make sure people buy certain things, because it's going to be a vintage issue. It's going to be something that's going to be collected and so on and so forth. And I'm pretty sure those who do buy it, the ones who did, that's exactly how it all plays out. These guys are gonna, the fans are gonna go out. They're gonna purchase the cartridges. They're gonna go ahead and resell. They'll probably buy another copy and then resell that copy online for an extravagant price. So rather than paying $100, you're probably gonna see it online being sold for on eBay or even on Amazon for that matter, on independent sellers for an exorbitant amount of money. Maybe 200, 250, and that's ridiculous for us, and especially for a cartridge that's liable to be a that's liable to be a time bomb or God knows what. It's who knew that was gonna come up with a flammable like that was gonna be the case, that was a danger that you would have to worry about. But for that being said, that's why I'm actually glad that I have the Switch and I made the purchase for this cartridge, because it makes quite a bit of sense considering that I am a diehard fan. And if you're a diehard fan of the Street Fighter series like I am, this is a must-have in your collection if you have a Nintendo Switch. Like I said, the game is completely redone. The graphics are redone in a slightly in an animation style, in an animation style that's absolutely fluid and beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's definitely gorgeous. The moves are the same, and like I said, the only real additions that they made to the characters were just Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, and they're pretty much just they're the same exact characters as the regular counterparts. So. But other than that, it's also one of it's one hell of a game to have, and it takes me back to when I'm 12, 13 years old. Every time I play it on my system, I love it for what it's worth, and it's made me. It's definitely a good reminder as to why these. And it sounds like a bit of a stretch for me saying this, but it's actually quite a reminder as to why I was happy to make the investment of buying the Switch in the first place. Um, Plus you got the Mario games that are coming up pretty soon. So I really didn't feel the need to go crazy for the SNES collector's edition, which is why I kind of slammed it the way I did in that episode. Um, but Wow, what a spectacular honor to have a game. What a spectacular honor to be. It was such a great time to be alive in those days. So it was, the arcades were still alive. They were still vivid with games that were with wonderful options for video games. And this was the game that really started it all for the fighting game genre. Like it really set the precedent for future games that were being released. And I mean, how can you go wrong with this? I mean, this was the platform for King of Fighters, for Mortal Kombat, even up until even the Marvel versus Capcom. This started it all right here. This game right here was the birth of all of that. And if you guys don't have it, give it a shot. Buy it. If you're a fan like I am, make sure you pick it up. If you have a Switch as well, buy it, man. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. So with that being said, I can't believe that it's 30 years that it's coming up to the 30th anniversary for the series itself, the franchise itself. It's unbelievable. Um, and Capcom, man, doing great work for God knows how long already. They've always had some good games under their belt. They always had some great games under their belt, to be quite honest. Between that and Mega Man, and you know, the stuff that they did, and with the stuff that they did with Disney back in the days of the original NES system. I don't mean to just dive away from the original topic, but Capcom was I wanted to give a big ups to Capcom for what they've done, for all the work that they've done regarding the games throughout the years. And like I said, it dates back all the way to the NES, with the Chippendales Rescue Rangers, and even the DuckTales game. That was an awesome game. That was an incredible game that actually was remade, and I'm actually looking to see if I can buy it somewhere on the Nintendo eShop. I'm having no luck right about now. I did have it on the Wii U, but a while ago. That was a couple of years ago. But then, it went to hell. Between me moving from Jersey to Florida, it's been a lost cause ever since. But as I said before, if you guys have the means and if you have the system, make sure you go out and get this. It's not an expensive game. It's about $40, and you won't be disappointed as a fan of the original series. So if you like the game, let me know, man. Shoot me a comment, shoot me a suggestion. If you have any questions or anything like that you wanna ask, make sure you hit the comment section. I'll be going through them all the time. Um, what was your favorite part about the game? If you love the game, who was your favorite character? What was your favorite entry to the series? Street Fighter 2, 3, 4, or even 5 that was released for the PlayStation 4? Um, let's talk, man. I wanna have this conversation going with you guys. I love this forum. I love doing the show with you. Um, it's like I said, there's nothing more that I'm having a blast doing this. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to let you guys go. I'm going to shut this down real quick tonight. And I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you stay safe and take care. Thank you all once again for riding out and showing me the love and support that you've been giving me. And I'll see you next time. Take care.